What up? And today we're making a hot honey chicken sandwich, crispy to be exact. So let's get into it. So first I'm using two fat old chicken breasts. Okay. Now for my wet batter, I did 2 eggs, whisk them up. Okay, just 2. Then I added in some Tapatío hot sauce, which is extremely hot. Then I added in some pickle juice, some milk, regular milk. If you got buttermilk, that's cool too, but I use regular milk. Then I seasoned it with a little bit of seasoned salt, some black pepper. I'm gonna have all the seasonings at the bottom, as y'all usually know. Some Cajun seasoning, a little bit of garlic powder, and that's it. At least for the wet batter, that was it. The only thing I put on the chicken was a little bit of Cajun seasoning. I just put whatever your favorite seasoning that you like to use, put that on the chicken, and then submerge the chicken in the wet batter. Put a top on it, and I put it in the refrigerator for a little bit while the oil was heating up and while I was making my flour base. So that's flour, and then I seasoned the flour with some black pepper. I use a little bit more than I use in the wet batter. So some black pepper, some paprika, some seasoned salt, a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder, some parsley flakes, and a little bit of lemon pepper, because I need my lemon pepper. I love my lemon pepper. Okay, just need a little taste. Then you're gonna mix that up, mix it well. Okay, we want to make sure all those seasonings are evenly incorporated in this mixture, because we want the flavors. Okay, we always want the flavors. So mix it up and mix it well. And when you do, it's gonna look like this. It's gonna look like this. Now, once again, while my oil still heating up, I also cut my tomatoes, because we need a couple. We need a couple few on these sandwiches. Okay, so that's all I'm doing right here. I'm just slicing the tomatoes. Slice them up. Slice them as thick as you want. Mine kind of not lopsided, but they ain't the same. Some of them ain't the same size. So it is what it is. Now we're going to start with the process. Okay. So go ahead and take one of them out of that wet batter and drip it off. Get that drippity drip off of that. And then go ahead right into the flour mix. Right into it. Submerge it. Okay. Make sure it is covered. Make sure you get the flour all over it. It needs to be completely covered, so we can get the right coating. Okay? Cover it. Make sure you cover it. Okay? Then, after you put it in the flour, put it back in the wet. You're going to put it back in the wet, and then you're going to put it back in the flour. So this is going to be like a double dip method, or double dip. You know what I'm saying? We doing a double batter. Okay? That's what we doing. Double battered. So in the egg, in the flour, back in the egg mixture, back in the flour, put it to the side. Okay, just make sure you got that thing submerged. I'm very hands-on. If you got some people out there that don't really like people using, don't like people using their bare hands, this is my food. Okay, I couldn't even get it out right, but this is my food. This is my food for my house. So don't worry about that. I like to touch my food. I like to really get in there. Okay, I really become one with my food. Okay, so I'm like a magician with this. And it's how I look. Covered, coated. Like I said, it needs to be coated and covered like this. Okay, then you're gonna just repeat with the other one, because like I said, I'm only using 2 just for me and my bae, so I only needed 2. But you're gonna do the same thing that you did with the other ones. Okay, so the egg go into the flour mixture, back in the egg, back in the flour mixture. It's a messy process when you are doing it with your bare hands, but I don't care about that. I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. So yeah, just make sure you get it coated. Make sure you get all that seasoning on there and get it right, because it needs to taste right. That's the most important thing. Okay. But yeah, if y'all ever have any ideas of stuff you want me to make, just let me know. Okay, because I'm always open. I'm always open to suggestions. So like I said, we was waiting on that oil to heat up, and it is. So go ahead and place those things in there carefully, because you don't want to burn yourself, and you will. So at this point, we just gonna let it fry and until it's done. Until it's fried, dyed, and laid to the side. Woo! I crack myself up sometimes. So they about done. Okay, they about done. Don't mind that little burn mark. I was using the last of my oil. Yeah, don't mind that burn mark. But that's how it's looking. Crispy. So now for the sauce. This was an experiment, like I always say. I was just, I just spurred a moment with these sauces. So first off, I'm using more Tapatío. I'm using a Mexican hot sauce to basically just to make it, specific about what's going on. As you can see, I used a lot because it was real spicy. Okay, so you might not want to use that much. And I forgot to add the butter before I added the sauce, but it is what it is. Added the Tapatío hot sauce, then I added some honey, and then I added in some Hellmann's roasted garlic sauce and a little bit of black pepper. Okay, we're gonna give that a mix. Once it's mixed and you gotta, mix thoroughly, taste it. Okay, because when I tasted it, it was extremely hot. Okay, now there's some people out there that like that, make your butt hot type stuff. I need a balance, if you will. You see, this is right here. I'm adding more honey because, like I said, just that hot sauce and the honey, it was hot as hell. Okay, hot as hell. So mix it up. It's gonna be a lot of me basically trying to tone this heat down, because if you like it that hot, leave it that way. Okay, because it's perfect either way. It's fine, but I didn't want it that hot. I added a little bit of brown sugar too. Added a little bit of brown sugar, mix that up. I added a little butter. Like, I was just adding whatever I could think of to tone the heat down, because it was too hot. I like spice just next and more. I can't even get the words out. I like spice just more. What? I like spice just as much as the next person. I'm not redoing this, okay? So this recording is gonna be how it's gonna be, but you get what I'm saying. Then there's me adding the butter. Okay, when in doubt, you can add some water to it too. That definitely would dilute it and tone the heat down. Once I got it to that balance that I wanted, I went ahead and poured it directly on the breasts. Poured it on there, shook that thing up, shook it up, because we want it completely coated. Okay, we want that sauce on there. This is a hot honey chicken sandwich, so it needs the hot honey on there. Okay, get that mixed up. Boom. Now, since I am doing a chicken sandwich, I do have to make my saucy sauce. I like to make my chicken sandwiches. So I did the mayo, I did some mustard, I did some pickle juice, just a little bit of pickle juice, and I did some black pepper and a little bit of garlic powder. That was it. I occasionally use different seasonings for this sauce, but it always hit. It always be the same. And long as it's this color, I know it's right. It's like a peachy color, but it's so good. I can eat it on the spicy chicken sandwich or on the regular. Either way, it's gonna be fine. I got my brioche buns, and we're gonna go ahead and toast these things. Okay, I like a little toast on my bread. And not even a little. I like a lot of toast. Not burnt toast, but just toast it. Put a little butter in the skillet, and I went ahead and let them toast till it looked like this. I like that. Like I said, I like a little toast. So then now we assembling the sandwich. So first I'll start up with the sauce. That saucy sauce that we just made. Okay, make sure you rub it in. Don't just sop that thing on there. Just rub it in. Okay, I put it on both sides. Then, of course, the pickles. You gotta have your pickles. Bubble Bass, he ain't finna get me. Okay, you gonna find pickles on these sandwiches every time. Okay, so then we gonna go ahead and place that. Look at that chicken. Look at that chicken breast. That is not. That thing look crazy. Okay. And then Colby Jack cheese. And I'm going to use my torch lighter. I need to get a bigger one. But I'm going to use my torch lighter to melt the cheese. I really like this method. I like how that cheese be sitting on that thing when you melt it down with that torch. Okay, so you see it's glistening. I love it. I'm gonna get a bigger one so I can really feel official. Then I went ahead and put my lettuce. Get that lettuce on there. I like to make my food look pretty, as y'all know. Then the tomatoes. And if you put them tomatoes on there, put that bun on there. Just put it right on the top. Put it right on the top. Like so, like that. Like, oh, there you go. There you go. And it's that hot honey chicken sandwich. And I know you want to make it. I know you do. Let me know if you make it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.